Hey, good evening, David with davidanddavidlease.com. And I'm going to start out tonight talking about something that happened to me in my Bikram yoga class tonight. And just to give you a little background, I've been practicing Bikram yoga for about 13 years now. And if you don't know what Bikram yoga is, it's essentially an hour and a half session of 26 poses, 13 standing, 13 on the ground in a room that's superheated to roughly 106 degrees with high humidity. So you sweat like a pig for about 90 minutes. It's a very good workout, and I've been doing it about 13 years. And the reason why I got started in Bikram is primarily because it's a low impact. It's very difficult to get injured doing Bikram yoga, and it was a result primarily of a response that I needed to make to change up my exercise habits because of a knee injury that I incurred playing basketball a few years back. So anyhow, tonight was interesting because the instructor who I think this was like the second or third time that I've had this instructor, and he's one of the 5 to 6 or 7 Bikram yoga masters in the world. He's really up there, and tonight especially got a ton of value. And so there's one pose in particular that, and I forget the name of the pose, but you're on the ground and you've got to put your hands underneath your body, palm down. So you're on your stomach, you stretch your arms and hands palm down underneath your body, and the instruction is to get your arms under your body. But for 13 years, I just haven't ever been able to get my arms under my body like the instruction asks for. And then what you do is a 3-part pose. The first part, you raise your right leg, and then you bring it down. And then the second part, you raise your left leg by itself, bring it down. Then the third part is the most strenuous part. You put your mouth on the floor, straight down on the floor, and then you're supposed to get your hands side by side underneath you with your arms underneath your body, and then you push down and raise both legs simultaneously off the ground to about a 45-degree angle from the ground. And tonight, for the first time in 13 years, the instructor actually said out loud that if you can't get your arms underneath your body, there's no sense in raising your legs. And then he used the analogy of building a house. You wouldn't put a roof or build a roof before you've built the walls. You wouldn't put furniture in the house before you built the entire house. First things first. And I knew he was talking to me. This was a room full of about 40 people. He didn't actually need to call me out by name. I knew he was talking to me. He may have been talking to others too, but I knew I haven't been ever been able to get my arms underneath my body. And he specifically said there's no sense in moving forward with the next part of the position unless you can first get your arms, do the right thing with getting your arms underneath your body, because that will have the most positive effect on your spine. And I heard what he was saying as my face was down on the mat, and I said, okay, I'm not raising my legs. For the first time in 13 years, I'm going to do this pose, and I'm not going to raise my legs because I believe that he knows what he's talking about. So I focused real hard, and I just focused on getting my arms underneath my body on the second set, and I couldn't believe it. I actually was able to get my arms underneath my body because I just focused on that one thing. I didn't worry about my legs because his instruction was, in other words, if you don't do it all the way correct, there's no sense in doing the entire pose because you're not really doing it the way it's intended to benefit you. You're going to get more benefit just if you do the first aspect or first part of the pose, that is getting your arms fully under your body. And you know, I thought about that, and I thought how that translates to the online marketing business. And when you're marketing online, what I've learned is that the first bit of focus is not on having a nice website. It's not on getting your autoresponder set up. It's not on all of these myriad of other things that you can worry about or focus on. Because at the end of the day, you can have the best looking website, you can have the best email autoresponder, you can have, you know, the best Facebook fan page, on and on it goes. But if you're not driving traffic to your store, your online store, just like if you were a brick and mortar business, if you're not driving traffic, that's the fundamental. Being able to drive traffic to your offer. And so for a while, that it took us a while to actually, we needed somebody else. Just like this instructor tonight, I needed that instructor to point something out to me that hadn't been pointed out to me in 13 years. The same is true when it came to online marketing. We were focused on so many things, and when we were able to simplify and focus on the fundamentals of driving traffic, then things became so much clearer, and our business began to move forward. So I guess the reason why I'm talking about this tonight is a lot of you may be thinking about whether or not this is something you want to do to supplement your income, but you're not sure because you think, gosh, what do I know about the internet? Or what do I know about technology? And what do I know about autoresponders and email lists and on in blog websites? The fact of the matter is there are systems in place that simplify that process, so you don't even have to think about doing that heavy lifting. And instead, you're going to be allowed to focus just on the fundamentals. And the fundamentals in this case, when it comes to marketing online, is driving traffic to your offer. I'm happy to show you more about how that looks. And if you're interested, just go ahead and comment yes in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to message you a link that you can take a look at and see what it is that Ivelisse and myself are doing to drive traffic to our offer, and also that allowed us to realize our first $20,000 a month this past month, which was really, really awesome. But anyhow, thanks for jumping on here. And again, comment yes if you are interested in taking a look at what it is that we're doing. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.